So we're going to be coaching some high-level BAP in scrims. So some of the stuff I say in here is going to be a little bit nitpicky, but it's important.
It's very similar to a game.
It is going to be a little bit hard to hear because there is no Discord overlay. I'm actually going to put headphones on. So a lot of things I'm going to want to be called. I don't know if it'll be called because I don't know Aiden's voice that well. And obviously in the chaos of the scrim, it might be a little bit hard to hear. But obviously communicating in scrim is very important. So Aiden's job... Okay, sorry. New mixtape, y'all. Okay, basically your job is to spam out the enemy composition, maybe take soft, slow angles, and hard peel. The enemy team, if they do not kill you on their dives, they should just be immediately dying. Heavy spam is what we're going for here. Who do you think will win the Countdown Cup? I have absolutely no idea. I do not watch enough Overwatch League.
It's very similar to a Genji. Be very understated. So you should...
Genji. Zen. Orisa. Ashe. So if you're playing into Ashe, what you need to be, or into the BAP Zen, you need to be avoiding the spam until they get close enough to where your Brig can get cleave. So the reason why people are playing Brig is to deny Genjis and Tracers and things like that, but it means also that when you're playing into a Zen, if you don't have a Tracer of your own, you want to be like baiting the Zenyatta team to rotate out so that then you could push a little bit heavier in, because you don't necessarily hard win spam war anymore, right? They have a Zen, yes, and you have a Brig, right? That does impact how you play the composition high. So like you guys get a couple of early picks here and maybe they misplay, but I would have preferred you to play like here, let them walk out a little bit so your Brig can you can actually shield in and spam hard from there. That way it's harder for the Zen to get a spam advantage. Okay, so I'm also generally not a big fan of most of the time BAPs playing on top of their Orisas. Now it depends on what you're playing into. If you're playing into a dive, maybe, well, no, not even into dive. You want some level of distance so that when the enemy Orisa pulls, that either your front line or your back line is getting pulled. You know, your Sigma can shield the pull, but you don't want to be getting these easy halts that are just meant for the tanks. You don't want to be a part of that. That's a good way to get your lamp force. It's a good way to get picked. And even on a minor level, it's a good way to get your shift force. So you want to avoid that. So I think right now, I would prefer you to be playing a little bit further back on the stairs, at least to start. And then if you see something like an Ashe on the flank, you could adjust. You could push up and hide if there is an Ashe on the flank, but you don't just want to immediately be playing on top of your Orisa. It's too easy to get spammed. Lamping there was fine, but always call lamping, lamp, or you know, drone, or whatever your call is. And that, if you're not going to be very vocal, you don't have to be very vocal. In fact, it sounds like your main tank is extremely vocal, so calming too much would be very bad as a BAP. Like, give calm space to people that are good at it. But calling your drone loudly unquestionably needs to be called loud. You really need to be healed. And again here, what needs to be happening, chat? What's not happening? You don't see it here, and I don't hear it in voice. Hello, Instante. You should be looking for brawl engages. I mean, not hard brawl engages, but you should be looking for like DPS and angles that can pressure this in. Like, you want to look for pressure in. Yeah, you need to ask for pack. You need to ask for pack. You must ask for pack. Like, if you get one shuriken headshot, you're dead there. Because you dropped her on 50-something HP. Like right here. 59 HP. One shuriken headshot unlucky there, and you're dead. Two shuriken headshots, and you're dead. Really, really, really unacceptable. So, maybe playing a little too far stacked on your Orisa, not calling your drone loud enough, not asking for healing accordingly. They're definitely going to have Baptiste. if you're close to an ultimate as well, what you can do in planning stage is, guys, I'm gonna Bap ult mid-fight, right? You obviously can't, at least you can't Bap ult immediately, but you're very close to battle. Say, hey, I'm close to window, close to window. So like right here, was your team prepared for your window? Now, obviously, in the heat of the battle, you can't go, guys, I'm gonna window, ready, 3, 2. Like sometimes it's just like kind of you just bang, thank you. But if your team had known ahead of time that you were close to window, then this would be less of a surprise. And also, I think your ult tracking was a little off as well. As we said here, I think like it's unquestionable that I have a rodent on my back. No, it's unquestionable that this is something that they're going to come out with. You have a better lamp. You do a good job with using your cooldowns. This is a good ultimate, and you're going to win off of it. But this is luck. Nice backpack, yeah, I know. But this is luck. You do not rely on luck. So the large variety of your mistakes so far have been lack of communication, which is understandable because you're a very quiet guy in ranked. And again, I'm not asking you to be loud or leadership, but there are certain things that need to be called. Your ultimate, your lamp. I need healing. I mean, those are really the big three. Carry me, I have ult, or I have lamp. And you must be, not every now and then, or not most time, every time that has to be called. Because that affects entirely how your team plays.
I'm going aggressive onto this map.
Good job. Moving around the enemy DPS relatively well. I think your Brig is calling. I like her calls, I think. I think it's a her. But yeah, I think she's got good calls. Ah, almost.
Yeah, I'm gonna rally us when they come out. They're waiting for their Ash.
Okay. Big. And you got lamp. Nice. So this is a good plan from you guys. I like this. You guys go in aggressively with your rally. You force a suboptimal trance from them, and you get lamp, and you force a blade. That's going to be really hard for them to get value off of. Why? Because they're not in a great position to push with blade. And even more importantly, their Zen is in trance. He can't discord. He can't shoot. Right? So that you guys are going to be able to get. It's a lot better for you guys to survive this. So this is a good call. Not a good lamp. Okay. You need to be thinking right here, do I need to lamp this? Answer, no. Why? Well, let's see, put it this way. You're at 300 HP, with armor, with full healing, and everybody's full. This is poor. This is poor. You need to be going checklist on the line. What am I lamping? Okay, we're going aggressively with rally, so I can lamp a little bit later. He was afraid of blade, but who's going to die from blade here? Look at your team. Nobody takes any damage. Right? Nobody takes any damage. And it's not like, oh, it's a surprise. I was expecting their Genji to come in. Can their Genji really go in and kill you guys that fast at 300 HP? Like, it's important you to not rush blade, not rush your lamp against blade, even if you aren't rallied. Because maybe the Genji goes for your Echo, maybe the Genji goes for the Ashe, maybe the Genji just chops at your tanks, and you end up having to lamp the tanks instead of yourself, right? Now, this does happen to cover both, but either way, you don't want to be proactively lamping unless you have to. Maybe against a Nano Blade, right? Maybe against, we're all half HP, and then he pops Blade, right? Or we're getting fluxed, bongo flux, maybe you got a lamp a little earlier, so because you might die on the way down. So there's a lot of anticipation of whether you need your lamp or not is needed. And this, I think, is the best way to start prepping for it, is to start thinking about this between fights. Don't wait until the fight started to start thinking about this. Start thinking about this before the fight starts. Because now, where's my lamp? I mean, you hard pocket. You hard pocket your Orisa, but very lucky you didn't lose your Orisa there. Again, what should be called here? Let me listen. Let me listen.
Window Bob, I want us looking for a supercharge around the corner when they come in, and then maybe a window if they keep trying.
Okay, so Karusno. Thanks for the follow. So your shot caller she is micromanaging the ultimates, which if that's how you guys prefer to do it, that's fine. But obviously it does mean that you still should be thinking about where you want a window. So if she says, all right, we want a bongo first and then window afterwards, okay, start thinking, where do I want a window immediately? And then also, what do I need to be lamping? What else do they have? What else is it a bongo? Okay, maybe I need to look for the bongo, lamp my Orisa on the corner. Did they have, let's say they've got flux. I know they used it, but that's what you need to be lamping. So start thinking, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Right? So she's telling you what ult she wants to be done first, but that doesn't mean that she tells you where to use your ultimate. You still need to be putting this amount of effort in, right? This still needs to be thought about.
Okay. This is last fight. Actually, last fight, use everything. Yeah. I'm gonna bomb across the way if they push you guys. I'll just be putting a pressure on them. Right side, right side.
Like, did you hear what your Ash just said? Listen to what your Ash just said. This is important. This is what I want you doing.
I'm gonna bomb. Okay.
Listen.
This is last fight. Actually, last fight, use everything. Yeah. I'm gonna bomb across the way if they push you guys. I'll just be putting a pressure on them. Right side, right.
Okay, so your Ash just said I'm gonna be bobbing across the way as they be putting pressure on them. So he obviously is following the plan call of like we're gonna bongo first, but when he sees the opportunity to bob, that's where he's gonna do it, right? So like you don't have to give it like, all right, I'm gonna be windowing here, and at this specific time when the Sigma uses his shift, then I'm going to window from this angle. Let's make sure that we coordinate it. No, just basically be like, all right, I'm gonna play a little bit far back. I'll be looking for a window for myself, or like I can window our Ash, or like I'm gonna have a window after they push, or something like that. Just like basic calls. Nobody needs to make it more complicated than that. And again, thinking, if they don't have any ultimates, what are you lamping for? You're lamping probably selfishly. If I'm under a lot of pressure and I might die, if my Orisa's under a lot of pressure and she might die, I don't need to save my lamp necessarily. So I can just use my lamp whenever I feel like I really need it, right? Because sometimes you're like, I really can't use my lamp because if I use my lamp, we're just going to die to flux. So then you try and risk it and try and survive without it. But now you don't need to take that gamble. Now you can just use it whenever. Like one of the initial things that I always coach, like not always coach, but sometimes I coach lower rank Baps is don't try and hold on to your window for the perfect opportunity. Just use it for that extra little bit of HP. And you're kind of in that very same spot right now, where like you don't really have anything that you have to counter. Again. What is that window? What the heck? What the heck? Oh, it's sketch. Ah! That thing should die. Nice. Okay, so decent lamp window, but again, it's like you're forcing this to be like a reactive, like, this is literally like, you guys ever go to like one of those arcades, and they've got like one of the games where you like smack the alligator heads down or the shark heads down, you like push the buttons in as fast as you can, you know? It's literally like you're doing a reaction speed test. You're making yourself react to this. Don't react to it. Like you should react to something that you should know is coming. Okay, I know they have window, so I'm ready for it. Right? I know they have window. I'm ready for it. I know that it doesn't really matter what I do with my lamp, so I'm ready for it. So like you need to be prepped. Don't be reacting to this crap. Okay, let's go. Okay, again on this heavy spam. Did Sigrun pass him? I don't know what happened. I feel like they actually messed up their window placement. Alright, here we go. Nice. Good timing. Huge. Really good timing from you guys. I like the echoes on coast and your Orisa calls her shield at the same time. Easy force of lamp. Nice job. This is fine. She was behind a shield. You needed to make the call. Shift. Go high ground. Okay, unfortunate. Okay, so first fight there, honestly fine. I think there was a couple of little micro things, but honestly fine. I do want to look at your initial shield pressure as you walk up this choke though. Yeah, so I think you keep on that initial shield. I want you definitely get a couple of shots in. You know, heal shoot. So it's like, you know how like was it Blinky Please? He did that whole the fire rate, like especially with the fire rate nerf, like how to balance between damage heal, like finding ways to weave in both. It's that stuff really matters on the initial like first 1 or 2 seconds of fights. As the fights evolve, yeah, Blinky Monkey, yeah. As fights devolve, it becomes a lot less important. It becomes almost impossible to upkeep. But in the first second or two, it's actually really important. If you can get in another like 100 damage on that shield, that actually really matters. And the reason why it matters early is not just because it's early, you get off to a good start, but it's also because it's just easier. Your team is right in front of you, the enemy team is right in front of you, you at least have a shield to shoot, and during that first initial burst, your team is a lot less likely to be taking damage anyway because they're all behind shields. So getting making sure that you're hard pocketing your team is less important because, you know, your Orisa is a shield, your Sigma is a shield, so you're probably not going to be taking much damage anyway. Maybe a little bit of spam from an off angle. So really nail that initial damage heal, and then you can hard focus on healing as the fight evolves. Do you like the positioning then moving up? Yes, you moving up there was fine. It was a little sketch. I think staying here as long as you can is important. But like as soon as you see the Sigma shield show right here, this is fine. I think you were very patient until you saw a Sigma shield in front, so then you rushed in and threw your lamp. This is okay. I will say this, though. This is a minor error, but it's something that you want to look at. Is if I think you initially shift, but then the mistake is that you're full HP and you're going to have to lamp this anyway. So optimally, how you want to use your cooldowns is if you don't need to lamp, you shift. If you do need to lamp, you lamp and then shift afterwards. You really want to avoid shifting and then lamping because what you want to do is you want to heal up the HP once the lamp breaks or as the lamp is breaking. So you shift here because you're like, I don't need lamp. Then you're like, oh crap, I need lamp. And then now you've used both cooldowns at the same time, which is what you want to avoid. Posture check. Thank you. It's like using on a grenade during trance, right? You'd prefer to use trance and then nade afterwards, or nade and not have to trance at all. But I think you go in here, you're like, I have to shift. Oh shoot, never mind. I also have to lamp, and that's unfortunate. So not a big error. It's kind of unfortunate, but I want to make sure that you are looking at that you don't use these at the same time whenever you can. You use either this, or if you have to, use this, and then use this at the end of the lamp, or as the lamp is breaking, because it'll heal them back up faster. Okay. But I think your movement and positioning was mostly fine, which is the big thing. That's the big thing you have to focus on. The macro stuff was we did fine. Just the initial shield pressure on that initial shield rotation, and then the cooldowns. Yeah, the shield, nothing you do about the shield. Aiden, shame on you. Shame on you. Did you guys hear this? Listen. Can we pull window? What? As we're walking out? No, sir. No. Shame on you. Pull window as your team is walking out and you're at 99%? Wait, what? Do call it 1 or 2 seconds earlier and your team can actually set up. And you can take the 1% of damage. You're not going to be able to pull window here. And not only that, but your team doesn't know that they're pull windowing. So your team is not ready for it. Maybe your Sigma needs to save his rock, or maybe the Ursa wants to halt specifically differently when you're doing it around a window. You can't call this as you're walking up. This is the same problem you had in defense, where you had 90% of your window and you didn't say anything. Now it feels like, oh, I am going to say something, but I'm going to say something as we're walking out. I don't think they heard me. Well, yeah, I wonder why they didn't hear you. Listen when you call it. 2, 1. Like you're like the guy that says, "Mom, I have to go to the bathroom," as we're we're leaving the store. It's too late, man. It's too late. You got to call that earlier than that. You're gonna lose this. You're not. This is lost. Yeah, it's lost.
Next fight, they're gonna have.
You can't do that, man. You can't do it. The window on that high ground is fine, but the placement was poor, your positioning was poor, and all of that is because you called it too darn late. This is why you need to ask this stuff before you walk out. It's too late. It's like learning how to pull the parachute. It's like trying to learn how to deploy your parachute once you've already dropped out the plane, man. It's too late for that. Too much stuff going on. Initial shoot. Okay, so again, shoot. And I don't want you to, so you're thinking a little too hard about your shooting as well. I think with BAP, unless you have an easy target to shoot, just shoot shields. It's just so much easier to shoot shields. That's a lot of ults. That lamp was fine. Why was this lamp fine? Well, you know they're bongoed. You know they're blading. You're not rallied. You're not full HP. You're in trouble. Or you are rallying. It's not a good rally.
Hello, Spilo.
Hello, Rook.
Picked up the game again recently. I main deeps but in play in tank this season. I wanted to what rank I can get until September.
I don't know, man. Low bronze. Yeah, that was not a good plan from you guys. I'm still kind of critical of your initial shield burst, that you're always starting off on the bad foot because you are not shooting the initial shield and then initial cooldown rotation. Thank you for the sub, Rook. I flame somebody, then immediately feel guilty. I gotta work. I gotta work on that. I can't have feelings, y'all. There can't be any patience. Low bronze is your dream, but maybe high bronze. Wow. Unironically, my brother, when he first started playing, you guys might know Typho. He actually dropped, I think, what was it, Beth? 600 SR? 700 SR?
Wait, when?
Typho.
But when?
Like when he first started playing. You remember that, right?
Oh, after he placed?
Yeah. He placed and then he like tanked hard. Yeah, I think he was like 700 SR.
I just dropped like 300 trying to play Grayson.
Yeah. I dropped 500 SR one time between 2 days. Or 3 days. Yeah.
I got all that?
Huh?
I said I dropped like 300 SR playing Tracer, but I got it all back.
Yeah.
Because I'm really good.
Your brother's name is Typho? No, that's his in-game name. His name is
That's his
Will.
actual
I'm
name.
saying his in-game in the Discord. You've probably seen Typho in the Discord.
His actual name is
He's the guy who did the Malhari dance with me. Huh?
just the letter B. That's
Yeah.
his actual name.
And you guys know Boy? If you guys ever see Boy around? It's one of the OGs. That's my brother-in-law. Yeah, I tanked 500 SRs swapping from a tank main to a flex support main. I got tired of playing Ryan, Winston, and Zen. I liked Zen. I got tired of playing Ryan, Winston because Brig meta. So then I just picked up Ana, and I almost dropped the plat. Went from Masters to almost dropping in a plat. It's not a good day. Good cooldown usage. Now again here, you're thinking, they've used Blade, they've used Flux, they've used Bongo. The only thing I might need a window is maybe a window, or if I get hard dove. And this is a conversation you need to be having with yourself as the fight, like before the fight starts.
I got you, let's do that double back here.
Like, it wouldn't even be bad to lamp that, right? Why? Because you got nothing else you need to lamp, right?
Okay guys, next fight, they're gonna
Yeah, initial placements with Overwatch are super scuffed. That's one of the things that really frustrates me is the game really does a bad job differentiating between a new Smurf account, like in other words, placing a new account, and an actual first-time account. Like, I placed gold when I first started playing Overwatch. I was not a gold player. I didn't play ranked. I literally just played gold, played basically no ranked, dropped it into silver after playing, like, I lost like every game. And then I stopped playing ranked, and I played quick play for like 3 seasons. Nothing but quick play, but like competitive quick play. And then I replaced, and I placed like high silver again. And I was so much better than I was when I played ranked, and I still was placing silver. And then you get guys that are like placing on Smurfs, like hard rolling the enemy team, like messing around, and they place diamond or like low diamond or high plat or something goofy like that. Like, I placed platinum when I was a GM support thing. I placed platinum with a 100% win rate on Zenyatta and on. I placed platinum. But I placed 400 SR lower than platinum when I'm literally bronze or silver.
Bapwall, Flux, halfway Genji, okay?
Initial placements are bad.
We're gonna pull Bapwall once we get it, okay? I'm gonna play upward, I guess. Don't go too far. Like,
Okay, again,
go past the bus.
I'm looking for window, guys. I'll get window mid-fight. Yeah? Well, quick play MMR, but it doesn't even do a good job of that. I get that's quick play MMR, but like, it doesn't do a good job.
Man, I can help you.
I don't know how it does initial placements, but it's bad.
Guys, we're down one. Whoa, we still got it here.
Again, no comms with window.
Bapwall, if they keep on pressing us, okay?
I think that this is part of the reason why having a one-shot caller isn't always the best, because you just don't talk. Like, you have window, you're just not talking. Like, what you want to do with your window at all.
Yeah, we turned corner and I want us looking for Bapwall.
Okay. Nice.
And look for it. Go, 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 go. Rally.
How on earth are you guys surviving? This is just so messy, man. Like, you need to call what you want to do with your window. You get out-tempoed, and then you just place your BAP window whenever, and then you just get your just lamp. Like, you're not anticipating this stuff at all. I want you thinking, what do I need to lamp? What do I need to lamp? And then taking charge with your ultimate.
We're gonna go in. I want us looking for supercharger and copy some.
I don't know why he lamps, no.
Okay? Yep, go, go, go.
Again, what are you lamping? Is there a blade? Is there a flux? They just use blade and flux. So what are you lamping? What are you saving lamp for? Window? Maybe? Oh yeah, I forgot to change my stream title. You know, if you know that you don't have anything that you need to really save lamp for, then you don't save then you just lamp your Orisa, right? Again, it's a reaction speed test. Oh, my Orisa's critical. We're gonna lose the fight. I'm gonna lamp. Too late.
Orisa on our team, Orisa.
Wait, we Bob?
Now ask.
No.
Okay, next fight, what I want us to do is when
You have to save teammates who are late for that. Well, that's the thing. Is like you're late for that because you're not thinking I can lamp really whenever I want to. There's no blade. There's no flux. There's no bongo. So what are you lamping for? To save your Orisa. Genji dives your backline to save your backline. Whatever you want it for. You don't have to greet it that hard. I think there's an argument to be said maybe saving it for a window, but like once you've got to a position where window's no longer a threat, like you're just...
Did you say window?
Yes, window.
I think you're saying window.
No, window.
they engage, we're gonna follow
So,
at them.
it's just lame. It's lame. It sucks.
They're gonna have Bapwall.
Now this fight, they probably have blade, so you need to save your lamp for blade.
They're gonna be close to
But that fight, you could have done whatever you wanted with it.
and that's
Basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna be playing cart.
It's always play the game with Spilos. Here's a question. That
Genji.
is a true statement.
They're coming right now. My shield's breaking. They're coming main. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming.
Okay, why didn't you lamp your Ashe? Well, because you have Genji Blade to worry about. And if you lamp your Ashe, you're going to die to Genji Blade. So, suck it, Lucid. Don't position like a moron. No problem, Aiden. Good job. Checkmark. You can't do this. There is a Genji Blade on the play. You can't greet. You're greeting your lamps when you simply can't, and you're not greeting your lamps when you simply can. Your team is not critical. You don't need to lamp this. You did not need to lamp that. This would have been fine.
Super hard with the stick. Yeah, wait. Back up the corner. And go in. 3, 2, 1, rally.
I go hard.
Don't lamp, you stupid bot! Look at your HP! Look at your team's HP! Aiden! Stall!
Good job. I pushed her.
Okay. Really, dude. Really. Well, that's the thing. Brig Rally was online. Not only did you lamp early, but you lamped early in the middle of a Brig Rally. You did the same mistake you made in defense. Shut up, Zanzibar. I am a snack. Well, actually, that's not a snacky snack. That's kind of like a green, tasteless snack that has to be soiled in dressing. I'm not gonna take that analogy any further. You're not prep. You are not thinking between fights how I want to use your lamp. I'm not like, obviously we talked about the nitty gritty of why you don't lamp early during rally, but it's like you're just not turning on your brain. And I want you to think between fight how I use my lamp, and then I want you communicating more about what you want to do with your window. Just even like I'm gonna win it for myself mid fight. Any questions? Do you have any questions? Delicious and handsome. I'm not exactly sure you described salad as delicious or handsome, but should it be a crime against humanity for a player to be as good as Ons? I don't know. Is Ons good? Ons is pretty good. Can you on the air? Thank you. Ons is pretty good. It should not be a crime. We'd be denied the incredible opportunity to be able to enjoy his beautiful, beautiful play. Can you look at Spilo as a Batbot and Nubani? Can I look at it? Yeah, really quickly here.
Can you just do it back bottom?
Yeah, but it's like 15 seconds. Okay. All right. Hey, we get some Toronto Define. All right. Can I look at BAP lamp usage for both teams? Sure. I think, in my opinion, lamp was used way too early from both sides. Things are healthy, had cooldowns, not much of a threat of dying. They both times got 0 value because don't even drop to critical out during it, and they counter wasted. That's my watch that master take on it. When I play BAP, try to hold as long as possible on the lamp second when playing mirror to get the lamp branch. Well, it's not so much about lamping second. Again, you've heard about me say this about Zaribles. It's just lamp when you need it. Lamp when you're going to get value out of it. Don't. It's not so much as the lamp like second or first, but was the lamp needed or not? So they're playing very aggressively. Wow. I do not like this from Titans. Wow, this is weird. This is lower tier Overwatch League play, I guess. They just press W and they just walk out. and they lamp while they're shifting. Yeah, so this lamp was a little early, so the play call was clearly, guys, we're just going to press W, and we're going to throw lamp in there. But even then, you want to be, like you want to edge it as long as you can, because you don't want random spam damage bricking your lamp. You want to go all the way in, and then you want your team to be, like, relatively low, and then you lamp, and then the enemy team goes, they're one, lamp, well, right? But you want that, like, that diversion to be there. So, yes, the lamp here was early. Now, Toronto matches lamp, but they lamp second. Their lamp is better timed, basically. So, like, if we look at Nevix gets rocked, Cruz is 1. I think this is okay. Like, if you look at Nevix, he's like less than half HP for a brief moment, and Cruz actually gets really low as well. So I think the lamp is okay. I think maybe he could have edged it a little longer, but it's always finding that balance between waiting too long and then somebody dies and then doing it ahead of time. And the reason why I have less problems with the lamp is because Nevix just blows his shift. Why does Nevix shift? What? He's trying to shift the Orisa shield, which I don't like. This is weird from Nevix. And then he gets rocked because he's shifting, and then that actually forces the lamp. I think this is a bad lamp if Nevix doesn't get rocked. Because Nevix gets rocked, I think it's a fine lamp. Does that make sense? Brig isn't being run in Overwatch League. We were just discussing that recently, not too long ago. I'm not sure why. I guess teams are better at dealing with Tracer. What about the Titan snipe wasn't garbage. It wasn't very good. They could have waited definitely longer. Nobody was CC'd. They're basically almost full HP. He's in the middle of a shift and Inspire. Definitely could have waited. Like, he could have lamped right now. Would have been fine. Yeah, that was way too early. Hello from the golf course. Yeah, I'm glad you sunburned. Roast. Radiation roast. Hey, Neo. Spilo ignores you? Cliff, did I miss something? Has there been a hammer time yet? No. No, sorry, I missed it. But yeah, Titan lamp, bad. Defiant lamp, fine. I think. I'm not really sold on the Titan's backline at all. I don't think the Titan's backline is very good. But obviously, you can make good backlines work, bad the backlines work. Team synergy is everything. Okay. Next trace! 2.1k stream. Heroes, Tracer, McCree. 1.0 Widow in defense, so we'll skip the Widow. King's Throw. Fairly close scrim map. Play with the Tracer attack and try to blast to engage, but the routes are pretty awkward. I know I want to be behind the team when the team pushes, but we end up taking a weird route that I wasn't ready for. I didn't know what I could do better. There's a lot of back and stuff with the links. How I need to be working on. I need help with the position myself to use right call more proactively instead of reactively. I also don't have to blink straight into the enemy, but I do it on Ash at one point when it cost me. I don't know if I should blink sideways or just wait until she turned away. On a piece, I run Widow in point A, bet my team calls for a switch, and I stupidly forget that I can't switch characters from subway, which might cost the team point B. Play Creed the rest of the way, and then Tracer to steal the point. Then Tracer to stall the point, and back to Creed to win the game. I'm ready for the hard roast on the Widow to Creed swap. Well, I mean, if you've already roasted it, it's no fun for me. It's like somebody standing there like, hit me in the face with a bat. That's no fun, man. That's no fun. I want you're relaxing in bed, sleeping, drinking some tea, lying down, enjoying a good movie, and then I hit you with that. If you're expecting it, it steals the fun. It should be a surprise, like, boo, you suck, like that. Okay, your comp is weird, but it can work. You need to wait for your team to get position. Your team is not in position. Wait, do I actually have a replay code that I could use? Oh, no, you don't. Give it on. Okay, that's fine. Wait, what? Code got wiped. Oh, no. So your team rotates this way. Okay, so a couple things I want to talk about here. You're seriously baiting me with this recording of a replay. I keep like, gonna move, but I can't. Number one, if your team is doing a weird rotation and you didn't get time to set up, then whose problem is that? It's your team's problem, and it's your problem. That's the answer. You need to say, guys, I need time to set up with playing as Tracer. Wait for me. That's all I have to say. Don't blame your team for doing a weird rotation if you didn't tell your team that you need time to set up. Okay? Second thing. You do not have to only go for backline when you're playing Tracer. You just need to take a flank or an angle to shoot something from a different direction other than straight forward. So right now, if you were to go in and start shooting Diva or a Monkey, that would be fine. Just as long as you do it from an angle. The reason angles are important aren't just because you can have access to squishies, but so that when you shoot tanks, the tanks have to turn around too. And if tanks turn around, it's almost as valuable as squishies turning around. The only reason you go for squishies is because they're generally easier to shoot when you're on the back line. Second reason why you go from a flank or an angle is it's safer for you. If you are forcing the tank to turn around and deal with you, the fact that they have to turn is a window of time where they can't shoot you or are not expecting you. And there's even an element of panic. I used to play Stalker class, basically in a nutshell, in Lord of the Rings Online. It was a wolf, stealth wolf. And there is psychological warfare, a benefit. So let's put it this way. When I used to play Warg or Wolf, okay, I would be in stealth, and I'd pounce people, and I would often destroy them, right? And I'd do really, really well at that, okay? I'd kill them really fast, okay? Sometimes, though, they would be like, hey, do you want to meet at this point, and we'll do fights at this point in the map, and we'd organize fights ahead of time, and we'd meet up there, and we'd fight there. And it was almost always tougher for me to win in those fights, even though it was the exact same thing, because they weren't scared. They weren't surprised. So the reason that you take angles isn't just because, oh, it's good. It's because it's that visual confusion of, I don't know where to look, and there's a little bit of panic that sets in. Panic is good. You want to panic the enemy team. So yeah. Okay. Now think. What else could you be doing right now? That's right, so you want to use your mobility, right? You want to be shooting from an angle or doing something. If you can't follow up on the team stuff going up here, what else, chat, what else could he be doing? How else can he use his mobility? You gotta be creative, especially in scrims. Point, exactly. You can go point. You are a very mobile hero, which means that you can take angles and flanks, or you can force point, puesta. Okay, you can force point. And if you force point, you either cap or you force somebody to drop. If somebody drops, you can then shoot whoever drops. But you're right. You're doing nothing right now. You can't. You're doing nothing right now. You'd be better on McCree right now. And what you could even do is look at what they're doing. Do you see this? They're rotating at them. The enemy team is dropping. You could also just play from here and shoot them in the back once they drop, right? I just want you to be in the mindset of like, ha, ha, I'm going to distract you. I'm going to be annoying. I'm going to shoot you from this angle. I'm going to shoot you from that angle. I'm going to press you in point as you drop to run from my team. I'm going to be shooting you in the back. Dude, QWERTY. Poggers, dude. Poggers. Thank you so much.
Why are you pogging?
Pog. Can I get a pog in chat? Pogs in chat, y'all. Pog. Pog. Dab, dab, dab. Thank you. But really though, like get in the mindset of like distraction, setting up angles and things like that. Thank you, chat. Lots of good pogs. Like you could be back here, mate. You could be back here like playing like the death trap. You know what I'm saying? You're the shark, right? But yeah, definitely chat with your team about like what the tech that they want to do. Like right now, drop on the point and shoot them in the back. What are they going to do? You keep looking for squishies. You're too tunneled in squishies. When I don't need you to go for squishies, I just need you to take an angle. It's fine. I don't care, guys. It takes 2 clicks. So yeah, congrats. You have been AFK. Huh. She can't stand the heat. That's all. She's a salad girl. Can't blame it.
I have rice in it.
Has what?
Rice.
You're disgusting. My wife literally just puts all of her food into like a giant bowl. It's like greens and like a little bit of meat and rice, and it's not. I mean, it's right next to my face, so anything next to my face is gonna look bad as comparison. Can you move that bowl of aromatic?
Aroma?
Yeah, thank you. This is good. Now pay attention to your tanks. Look at your tanks. Look through the wall. When is Orion doing something? Your team wants to push up? Fine. Ooh, no, you gave away your position. Uh-oh. Wolf example, they know where you are. Ah! This is good. This is good. This is good. Look at your tanks. Shh, shh, shh. Wait! 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 Look at your tanks. Look at your tanks. Look at your tanks. Wait, 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 wait. No! No, no, no. Aha! Ah! No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. Look at your tanks. They just started shooting a little bit on the monkey. It's too early. It's like 1 or 2 seconds too early, but it's still too early. You got one job. If you add the word primes to your block, it's no more spam. But always say primes with an S. Wait, what? Really? Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that. Thank you.
Huh?
But like they can hard peel you because they're not really doing anything right now. Now the Doom does go in, and you guys almost punish that, but your timing is just 1 or 2 seconds off. 1 or 2 seconds. It is exit piece. No, stop. Don't encourage her. Shh. You gave away your position. You didn't warg it. I'm gonna start calling it warg it. Ha ha ha. Beth loves Lord of the Rings Online.
Narrator's my name.
You just gave away your position. You warged it. You're like, hey, let's have an organized fight over here, guys. You know, just be aware. I'm over here, just in case you forgot. I'm playing over here, right? You just gave away your position, and now it's so much easier for them to deal with you. It's like, this is, okay, chat, do you ever have the, like, let's say I'm coaching this brig, and the thing I coached this brig on was, you cannot forget they have a tracer. You cannot forget. You have to focus, right? You don't forget whatever's on your backline. Okay? And all this you do as a tracer is hide and then explode out when the fight starts, right? Think about how much harder it is for her to remember, because you're gone. You're invisible. Now what you're doing now is like, hey, I'm over here. Remember, Brig, you gotta mark me. Remember, you're making it easier for her. It's like a non-lethal reminder. You know, it's like a small electric shock on the buttocks, just to remind yourself to get up and move. Hey, just don't forget. I'm gonna tickle you a little bit. Just remember, mark me. Ow! Don't pinch my rear. You are literally like a reminder, being a nice little reminder to the brig to what she's supposed to do. Tell you what, man. Women, man. Nice! Great job. She's not in a position to be able to deal with a pulse bomb. She screws around and falls on the pulse bomb because she's looking at her tanks. And why is she looking at her tanks? Because your team is doing something. So that was a good engage. But just please don't time that poorly. You know, if Brig wants to chase you while the team fight's happening, be her guest, or be my... Never mind, I'm just going to stop talking. But, you know, you get the idea. Like, they're not even looking at you. I would just shoot tanks, man. Ignore the Brig. Ignore the Brig. Like, what is she going to do? Play by herself, you know what I'm saying? Just kill the tanks. I think you're definitely seem to be tunneling on squishies a lot. They're going to primal. Oh, good. They're tunneling squishies a lot when you do a lot of damage to anything. The only reason I say squishies is because I want you on an angle, and that generally ends up being squishies. But it doesn't have to be squishies. Don't pinch? Yeah, true. Might as well type in chat that you're flanking. Don't pinch! She said don't! She's pinching. You did. What did you do? Did you poke?
Nope.
No, now we're just getting into semantics. I didn't pinch. I tweezed or... Oh, tweezed. Please don't tweeze my butt cheeks. Don't. Oh, don't! Stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm getting jabbed. That was definitely a jab. That's not even semantics. Unfortunate. Yeah, Tracer... Can you stop making that noise? Tracer on third... What? Tracer on third point is really, really hard. Because kind of like you saw there, it's like really not a lot of angles, not a lot of flanks. So you can give this one fight, but I wouldn't be mad if you swap. Feisty, spicy stream? Yeah. It's about as spicy as warm vanilla ice cream. The ultimate Caucasian treat. I love that. Is this an intro to... No, don't be inappropriate, guys. Come on, we can do better than that. I mean, I guess that works. But, like... Its own... But you see, it didn't really do a lot. Because why? Because the enemy team wasn't doing anything. Like, let him come out and then stick the backline. Sticking monkey is fine. But stick the monkey in the middle of a fight. Not... Because if you stick monkey when he jumps, then he's dead. Or stick monkey when your team can shoot him, then he's dead. But you stick your monkey at the spawn door, where you can just S key up, get healed up, and then push back out again. It's no good. Salt and pepper stream. Yeah, that's a little too accurate for me. Pressuring Ana. Nice job. She either has to shoot you or shoot her team. So your timing is still kind of scuffed. Alright, you could probably swap off Tracer here. Swap, 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 swap. You don't swap. Unlucky. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look how much damage you did to that monkey. 200 damage. It's a lot of damage. Ooh, yeah, see, this is why Tracer's hard. Yay! We got there. Nice job. Poggers! Pog. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm not going to nitpick that, though. Pog, pog, pog. Pog, 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 pog. Stick something, stick something, stick something, stick something, stick something, stick something. Wow! We did nothing. Pog, pog, pog. Pog, 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 pog. Pog, 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 pog. I'm not overly nitpicking this because your timing is fine, your positioning is mostly okay, your movement and mechanics are kind of doo-doo, but, you know, it is what it is. There's not, like, a lot you can do here. This is just a bad Tracer map. Like, where are you gonna go? Pog, pog, pog! Pog, 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 pog. I challenge you, ladies and gentlemen, to join me in a good chorus of pogs. What an excellent... What are you doing? An excellent, rowdy chorus of pogs. Pog, pog, pog. Pog, 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 pog. Pog, 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 pog. Okay. Alright. So yeah, your timing was kind of doo-doo. You really struggled with tunneling on squishies, and then you had a hard time, like, I have to kill backline, I have to go hackline, but you didn't. And remember, it's not just the timing, it's also don't give your position away. Yeah, not a single, yeah, y'all suck. Suck. Like, look. No pogs. Shame on you guys. But yeah, like, don't give away your position if you don't have to. If your team isn't doing anything, farming ult charge just isn't worth giving away your positioning and letting them build ult charge too. Don't care about your Widow. We really do not care. Don't care, don't care, don't care. What are you doing? Okay. Hey, Crete! We die instantly. Who's that behind me? Yeah, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Unlucky. Alright, now let's really focus on this Crete. We're growing when we got things to do. Right. Those are two of the hardest caps I've ever heard in my life, back to back.
She's sleeping.
Pepper, get Amari, please? No, she's sleeping. Idiot.
Snoozing.
She's snoozing. Yeah, what she said.
You should show them.
Okay. So with your Crete, especially when you're playing into dive, I want you to be playing a little further away from your Rhine, and then hard punish when they dive. Don't blow your cooldowns until they dive. When they dive, you can have your roll, you have your flash, you roll away from targets, shoot shield, and then flash and kill. What SR is this? This is Lugold. I also want you hard pressuring tanks as well, because you have to think of it this way. When the enemy team has dive tanks especially, the dive tanks have limited resources before they just start bleeding ult charge, right? They don't have shields, they have big hitboxes, and like look at D.Va. What is she's no shield. Look at Winston. If he does bubble, then he can't do anything. He can't jump in, right? Winston wants to jump in, he wants to be mobile. But if he uses his bubble to block Kree spam damage, then he can't do that, at least without dying. So what I want you to do is focus tanks so that then you force their resources, so then when they do dive, they don't have those resources. So like you can shoot Zen and stuff if they're feeding, if it's an easy kill, but those are going to be really hard kills, right? Especially if they're good positioned. But tanks are so easy to kill. This is the teeth of the dive. This is what's going to distract you. This is what's going to kill you. This is what's going to prevent you from getting healing. Shoot these guys. Shoot these guys. Yeah, see, look at that, look at that. D.Va's just used her entire matrix. If they dive now, they're going to get CC'd and die. Because D.Va just used her entire matrix for your shots. You didn't even use a cooldown. You just pressed your mouse 1. There you go. Nice job. There's the pressure. They walk forward. Easy kill. Do the easy thing, chat. Easy. Easy is always better. If easy is effective, it's always better. When people play a comp that's meta, it's meta for a reason. It's meta because it's strong and because it's easier to play the meta comp than it is to play the non-meta comp, right? Play what's easy. There's a reason why there's the memes of the Brig players, the Moira players climbing like 800 SR, right? They improved, but those heroes were just easier to improve at, right?
That's why I don't play Moira.
That's why you don't play Moira, right?
You tried
Look at that,
to-
look at that. Look how much pressure you just did with that. Good, good. Ah, bad flash. You know he's going to bubble instantly. Better to flashbang inside the bubble if you, for whatever reason, get caught inside the bubble, or the second bubble breaks. Slightly better. I mean, heck, you could high noon this if you wanted to. You have enough distance between you and the back line, and the front line. You can high noon this, definitely. Nice. Pocket. Oh! That sucks. Don't roll into him, please. Okay, we're back on Tracer.
Fall off the map.
I don't want to see you on Tracer here. Nice, we go back Kree. Again, shoot tanks. Look at that, look at that. He's instantly almost dead. Instantly almost dead. Your Hanzo's kind of feeding. Honestly. Ooh, look at that, nice. Bomb's messed up, I think. I don't think she got demeched. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at that, you forced his bubble! You forced his bubble! Huge!
Huge.
No. Nice. Again, huge pressure on D.Va. Nice! Good. No bubble. Easy kills. Look at your ult charge. One fight, and you've already built an ultimate before the fight's even over. Huge. Good job with the positioning as well. I would have liked you to have been near a corner, though. Even though it is dive, like, you know, it's a good way to get naded, a good way to get slept. Play a little bit further back right. Okay. I think this is it. Nice. Okay, so Tracer, more timing focus, continue the timing focus, and also make sure you're not giving away your position. And don't hard focus squishies. Look for what's available. Just look for the angle. My team's pushing here, so I push here. My team is pushing here, I push here. If your team does a full 180 around the map, then you might end up pushing from your spawn because now your spawn is the backline. Look for those angles. With Kree, I want you to focus more on don't waste your flash unless you're guaranteed to land it. That's very important. And secondly, pressure tanks, focus tanks, tanks. Unless there's a Tracer shooting in the back or an Echo flying out in the open, tanks. That's the easiest return on investment.